Alright guys, so the supplies you're going to need are a sheet of paper, some crayons, definitely crayons, and a reference photo. This beautiful line here, we are just going to be drawing his head or his face area and the mane. It's going to take up the entire paper. We're not going to include the body, just the head, face, and mane area. That is our reference photo. This is my first example. Now, of course, you can make the eyes however you'd like. I know these ones are a little bit fierce or ferocious, but you can make them how you'd like. Change them up and make them a little more cartoon. It's up to you. So we are going to start with a pencil first, and I want you to remember we're just drawing his face, so I want you to just kind of look at that area. I'll keep this photo nearby so we can always look at it as we draw. Put your finger on the top middle, slide down to about the center of your paper. We're going to start by drawing the nose. Now it's a horizontal line, that means it's side to side and it's slightly curved up on the edges. Then we'll add a curve up and then come back down. This makes his cute little cat nose. Big cat nose, I should say. Awesome. Now we're going to draw that little line coming down and then start the mouth. And it's going to split like a Y, an upside down Y. Awesome. Already looking more like a cat. Curve it up on the sides for the corners of his mouth. We're going to take that up and around the nose and back towards the eye, where the eye will be. We're creating that muzzle, his face. Cool. That looks great. Now we're going to draw his bottom jaw, or the bottom of his mouth. Start close to the corner of his mouth, but don't touch it. We're keeping it separated. Then it's going to come down and do kind of a zigzaggy or a jagged line for the bottom of his jaw. There we go. Now we're going to draw those eyes. Remember what I said, you can make them look however you'd like. But this line here, continue it over, that's the top of his eye. And eyes of your choice. I'm going to stick to ferocious, fierce eyes. So I'm using a round, circle-y shape. There we go. We're going to add a few more circles to this eye because we're going to have an eye, little highlight, a little white reflector. We're going to have the iris and the pupil. So this first circle is the iris. This circle is the highlight in the eye. And that third circle is the pupil. 4 circles. Same thing on the other side. Iris, highlight, pupil. Great job. Let's keep moving. Now we're going to add the ears. The ears are going to come kind of diagonal from the eye. And it's kind of an arch shape. See, diagonal from the eye. All right, do the other side. Nice. Cool. Now we'll add some hair, or the shape of his face, kind of closing in his face. Zigzaggy line, just to show texture. They are furry, not smooth. There we go. Now we'll add the lighter part of his mane, that kind of tan golden color. We're just going to use wispy lines, jagged, wispy. If you want yours to be like kind of fluffy or curly looking, make your edges of the mane not so jagged like mine, make them more rounded. But that's the lighter part of his mane. He does have some cool hair on top. Going off the page, remember we're trying to fill up most of the paper. There we go. Awesome. Looks like Simba. Now this line out here is the darker part of his mane. So again, going way off the page. You don't have to draw many lines if yours is as big as mine. just showing. There we go. Now I do have some paper underneath of my lion here. I have like a notebook paper, and that really helps make my coloring very smooth. So if you have lined paper or a notebook you could put under your drawing when you start coloring, that'd be great. I'm using mostly browns, colors in the brown family. I started with a plain brown, then I moved to tan and did the next layer. This one's called Tumbleweed. Black for the nose and the mouth. I used golden for the eyes, tan for the shorter part of the mane. I think it's sepia I used for the larger part of the mane. And any sort of pink detailing, whiskers, and then any paper you have left over, color it in with a color of your choice. I hope you guys enjoyed the lion. I'll see you guys next week for another awesome lesson with me.